A couple of weeks ago, I got to go on the most epic adventure in my own backyard. And basically I got joined Tom and Roxanne, and we jumped in the water and we watched this once a year event that is better known as coral spawning. This event is absolutely nuts. It is huge. It happens all across the Great Barrier Reef, the entire 2,300 kilometer length of reef. And this event happens almost simultaneously across the entire reef, which is absolutely insane to think about. On the first night that I went in, which was a Tuesday night, I went in by myself, jumped in, and I could see they were spawning in the water, but there wasn't a lot around, and I couldn't find any corals that were actually releasing their eggs. The next night, Wednesday night, was when Tom and Roxanne came and joined me, and this is when we started the big expedition and started scubaing through the channel and trying to find all these corals spawning. That Wednesday night was epic. We jumped in after a couple snorkel runs. So what we do is we'd pretty much set up nice and early, and then every 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it was, we'd just swim out, check the corals, see if there's anything spawning, see if there's any eggs in the water, anything like that, any indication to tell us this is starting so we can jump in the water. So we jumped in and we went down the channel and we went past the wreck, and just on the other side of the channel from the wreck, we came across this one patch that was just absolutely going bonkers. It was one species of corals. I don't know exact name of corals, sorry, but there was this one nice big area of coral that was just spawning like crazy, and it was releasing all its eggs into the water column, and we were super stoked, absolutely surrounded by all these eggs, getting some epic shots, and you could see like the corals releasing their eggs from their polyps. It was just spectacular to watch. I love watching the event. I've been lucky enough to get several of these events, and it's just never a dull moment, and to be in that environment and to be in the pitch blackness, and all you got lit up is all these eggs and people and film cameras going everywhere, and it's just this mad rush to try and capture all these spectacular images, and at the same time enjoy the event of how special I just can't get over it. It is just such an incredible experience, and if you've never experienced it, I highly recommend jumping in the water. The next night, the Thursday night, which was supposed to be the big event, we were hoping to get in there and capture it, but as we jumped in the water, we got in, we started doing our snorkel runs, everything was much later, and as we got into the channel, we immediately saw was one little coral that was going absolutely ballistic and releasing all its eggs, where you could see there was heaps of eggs in the water. So we were super excited and thinking that this was actually a bigger event than the night previous. And then as we got down the channel, we realized that none of the channel was actually going off except for the little corals that we were just with. And when we went back to those little corals, they had already stopped, and we were like, damn, the night was the night before. So we jumped out of the water, got onto the boat, and then the next morning, as we were getting ready to leave the island, we talked to the research station that had some vessels out on the deeper side of the reef and doing some deeper dives, and they basically came back to us and said that was the night. All the corals just went bonkers down there, and they were just spawning like crazy, and it was just an absolutely spectacular event. And so we missed the big one in the channel, which is okay, because our little area that we got to was going absolutely nuts, and we got some amazing footage, and so grateful to be able to watch that event again. And thanks again to Tom and Roxanne. You need to go check out Tom's footage. It will be absolutely unreal. I will link his details in the description below. Otherwise, thank you for tuning into this spectacular event, and make sure you actually come and see this event for yourselves one time. Otherwise, peace.